everybody, welcome to part 3 of the video series where I'm going to be discussing how to dial in some good guitar tones on your amp. So in the first two parts of this series we talked about the different functions of the pedals and then how to build your pedal board, but now you need a good basis for your tone before turning on your pedals or dialing them in, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. First tone I want to discuss is a good clean tone. I call it the 5-6-7. So bass around 5, mids around 6, and then treble around 7. What this does is it really brings out the top in your guitar if you're arpeggiating up the neck or just clean strumming in general. It really helps you cut through the mix. The second tone I want to discuss is the distorted tone or crunch tone when you're playing rock or something like that. You need a little bit of grit to your sound. And I recommend a lot of mids and less treble and less bass. So that makes your guitar sound very full and very powerful, rounds out the bottom end in the mix. So just some ballpark numbers: around 4 for your bass, around 8 for your mids, and around 4 for your treble. The next tone I want to discuss is your lead guitar tone when you're taking a solo. And this is either with distortion or without distortion. It still serves the same purpose on your amp. So a lot of treble, less middle, and even less bass. That's the way I like to think of it. Because most of the time, us as guitarists, we're soloing up the neck on the higher frets, so we really want to bring out those higher registers with our amp. So just some ballpark numbers once again: about 2 for your bass, 7 for your mids, and 6 for your treble. And the final tone I want to talk about is acoustic. So when you're playing acoustic guitar, just strumming, anything like that. So you want a lot of bass and mids and less trebles because you don't want it to feed back and you don't want it to be sounds like too much like a tin can, I like to call it, or too ringy. So just some ballpark numbers once again: 6 for your bass, 6 for your mids, and then 2 for your treble. And I made a summary for you guys, so I'm just going to hold that up for you right now. You should be able to see that. Yep. And feel free to pause the video here if you need to reference that again. And just a quick note before I end the series, take all this with a grain of salt because all these tones are subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so what might sound great to me might sound terrible to another person. So it's always open to experimentation, and that goes for pedals too. Any order that you want, any sound that you want, there's no right or wrong answer. And that's the beauty of it, because you could just keep experimenting and find your own unique tone. And hopefully I'll see you in the live Q&A session where I demonstrate and put all of this together. I'd love to see you guys there, and thank you for tuning in.